Having close friends is one of the best parts of life, and it is important to nurture the friendships we have, which means being supportive, celebrating our wins together, keeping each other motivated. It's a very special and important kind of intimacy, but it's not coaching. In fact, it's very, very different. And in this video, I outline 5 benefits of hiring a coach rather than simply turning to a friend for support. So stick around. Hi, I'm Leslie and I am a life coach based here in Brisbane, Australia. Now, over my years in business, I've heard loads of people ask questions like, well, why should anyone have to hire a life coach when they have friends they can turn to for advice whenever they need to? I understand the thinking here, but the idea that coaching is about giving advice is actually a common misconception. It's also not about guiding people to follow in your footsteps just because you've been there. When it comes to ethical coaching, there's actually a lot more to it than that. There are many ways in which working with a life coach is very different from turning to a friend for advice. And here are just 5 benefits of hiring a coach when you need support in navigating a major life change. Number 1, professional expertise. There are many areas in your life which you'd want to hire a professional rather than rely on an amateur or a hobbyist or someone's nephew to do a job. And creating a plan to move through a major life change isn't something to do with just anyone. If you buy a new house, you could get a friend to help you paint your bathroom, but that doesn't make them your interior designer. If you break both arms, you could get a friend to brush and floss your teeth for you, but that doesn't make them your dentist. Okay, these aren't the best analogies. Fine. But my point here is that most effective coaches are highly trained professionals who understand things like duty of care, insurance, appropriate documentation, and a bunch of other important things. And if you are looking to hire a coach, find out what their qualifications are. Their qualifications may be specific to coaching, or they may be in psychology or other forms of therapy, or some other qualification specifically relevant to the kind of coaching they're doing. They may have a lot of professional experience in training people in some way to achieve goals, or they may be qualified in some totally different way. The point here is that coaching is a learned skill that improves with experience. There are a lot of different, well-established methods of coaching that we use to work with our clients, depending on their situation. The best coaches also undergo ongoing professional development. I do a lot of mine through the International Coaching Federation and through LCIA and AIPC, which is where I completed my coaching training. So when you look at what it takes to be an effective coach, it's not likely that we all have trusted friends that have these skills. And even if we do have a friend qualified to be a coach, there is still the issue of benefit number 2. Focused, one-way attention. Coaching is not a two-way relationship. In a coaching relationship, the focus is on you and your development, your goals, your story. When you meet up with a friend for coffee or lunch or something, how does the conversation usually go? Is it all about you? Should it be? Imagine being that friend sitting across from you, feeling like they can't get a word in, or that they've also got issues they'd like to discuss, but they feel like they can't because it would be taking the focus away from you. How would this make that friend feel? And even if this friend is totally committed to sitting there with you, going through your story, connecting the dots with you, keeping you motivated, how many times realistically can that happen before they start to feel exhausted or taken for granted? They have lives of their own they need to worry about. Jobs, kids, adulthood in general. And sometimes, some friends may hold back what they're really feeling because they're afraid of offending you or losing you or causing drama within your friend group or your family. Every friendship is different, of course, but one thing that you can count on a life coach for in this situation is consistency. You know, this is my full-time job. If we're meeting once a week or once a fortnight to talk about how you are tracking, I'm not gonna sit here thinking, what about me and my needs? Because that's not what I'm here for. And I'm not going to hold back on saying something that's really going to help you because of some fear of losing you, because, well, you've clearly committed to doing this work. And giving you that little kick up the backside you've been needing is literally what you are paying me for. I'm not scary, I swear, but let's just say that while I am providing you a soft place to land, I'm also helping you develop the mindset to work through your action plan. Benefit number 3, confidentiality. Yes, you should trust your friends. But what happens when you want to reveal something so deeply personal and so deeply private that you think, holy crap, if anyone I know ever heard about this, I'd be humiliated. I might lose my friends, I might lose my job, so-and-so might want to kill me. Are you going to be comfortable revealing that truth to someone who isn't legally bound to keep that information confidential? Maybe you would. But when you're working with a coach, there's enough of a professional boundary there that they're not going to get really upset with you one day and spill your secrets onto your other friends or family because you had a falling out. That's just not something you need to worry about. Like, the only reason I would break confidentiality with a client is if they told me they were planning on hurting themselves or another person or an animal. Then I'd have to get an authority involved. Or if I were ordered by a court to hand over my records relating to you. Otherwise, my lips are sealed, my documents are sealed, your story goes in the vault and no one ever hears any of the details. A breach of confidentiality by a coach could also lead to things like a loss of accreditation or memberships, a lawsuit, or some really bad Google reviews. So it's just not worth breaking a client's trust in that way. In a friend relationship, those safeguards simply do not exist. Benefit number 4, documentation and record keeping. Your friend may be the loveliest, most supportive person in the world, but it's unlikely that they're going to have an entire record-keeping system to track your progress. it's unlikely that they're going to have a library of dedicated coaching materials to use with you to get clarity on your situation and to create and stick to an action plan based on goals that you have agreed to. It is unlikely that this amazing friend is going to sit there and create customized resources just for you. If they do, maybe you should be paying them. But this is the kind of thing that coaches like me will do for clients. And again, I coach full-time. This isn't a side gig for me. My office is a dedicated space for my coaching business and nothing else. I've got a little personal development library over there. Well, part of it. The rest is in my storage locker. And my coaching documents aren't squeezed in among a bunch of unrelated stuff, which I'm very grateful to be able to do because not every coach gets to do this work full-time, and a friend who is not a coach will have even less time or space to dedicate to supporting you, even if they really, really want to. Finally, for now, benefit number 5 of working with a life coach versus seeking guidance from a friend. Raw truths. Our job is not to blow smoke up your ass and make you feel like nothing is ever your fault. Not that that's what your friends do, but the delicate art of reflecting back hard truths about your situation without breaking your spirit or plunging you into a mental health crisis is a skill that comes with practice. When we are reflecting your own actions back onto you, it comes from a place of objectivity. Our only interest is in seeing you succeed. There are no personal vested interests that will get in the way of our work. There is no threat to your status among your friend group that will get in the way of our work. It's that whole issue of having that firm professional boundary again. It may be challenging to recognize when it is appropriate to turn to a coach versus to a friend, but when you do recognize that you need ongoing support to make a huge life change or to get clarity around an ongoing issue, especially if this has been an issue for a very long time, that could be a sign that it's time to hire a professional. And when you're ready to do that, you know where to find me. Thank you for watching, and if you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and share it with someone else who can benefit from it. Subscribe to my channel and hit the notifications bell so you know exactly when I've uploaded a new video. You can also book a free life coaching session with me through my website, leslievcoaching.com, and we can work together online or right here in my studio. Follow me on my socials to keep up with what I'm doing, and please get in touch with any questions, comments, or video ideas you may have. I'm Leslie V, and I'll see you in the next video.